Today I'm going to show you how you can dominate any market you choose, regardless of competition, with nothing more than your own little book's business. But before I do that, I think it's important you know exactly what these little books I keep referring to are. So what's the big deal with little books? Well, have you ever heard of the term Little Blue Books? They were a series of small, staple-bound books published by the Haldeman Julius Publishing Company from 1919 to 1978. Emanuel Haldeman Julius was an American publisher, editor, author, and social reformer. In his mid-20s, he joined the editorial staff at the infamous socialist press Appeal to Reason in Girard, Kansas. In early 1919, he and his wife, Marcette, purchased controlling interest in the Appeal to Reason, eventually retiring the venerable newspaper in favor of publishing their own periodicals, journals, and booklets. Over the years, these would include the Haldeman Julius Weekly, Haldeman Julius Monthly, the Haldeman Julius Quarterly, Freethinker's Library, Black International, Big Blue Books, and the series of cheap pocketbooks that would bring Emanuel Haldeman Julius the greatest notoriety, the Little Blue Books. Here you can see Emanuel at his typewriter in 1925, and here's one of the few family portraits taken of Emanuel and his family. And below, employees are filling Little Blue Book orders. So just to put this into perspective, $1 in 1919 had the same buying power as $13.09 today. In other words, these books would have sold somewhere around 65 cents to $3.25 in today's economy, which is incredibly affordable. Over the course of 59 years, they sold more than 200 million copies of their Little Blue Book series for anywhere from 5 cents to 25 cents a copy. Those Little Blue Books raked in over $10 million in 1919, which is about equivalent to $130 million in today's economy. Here's just one half of Emanuel's two-page advertisement. It's simple, to the point, and lists all of their most popular titles at the time, which is an important lesson because the titles were so captivating for that time period they literally sold themselves, probably mostly out of curiosity and wonder. They covered a wide range of topics from poetry, philosophy, and religion to making candy. These Little Blue Books were quite popular because of the topics they wrote about, such as what is wrong with the world? Has man a mind? How religion began? Can we change human nature? Modern fancy religions. What is the end of life? And their convenient small size that could easily be carried in a working man's back pocket. The main reason they became unpopular, according to Wikipedia, was following World War II, the FBI under J. Edgar Hoover viewed the Little Blue Books' inclusion of such subjects as socialism, atheism, and forthright treatment of sexuality as a threat and put Haldeman Julius on their enemies list. And ever since then, fewer books carried the Little Blue Book titles. The big deal with my little books is they're quick and easy to create. They range from 10 to 50 pages in length, and since you'll be targeting and servicing one market, that you can turn buyers into raving fans quickly, easily, by giving them what they want. Over-deliver your customers with quality information, and they will absolutely love you for it, because no one really has the time anymore to sit down and read hundreds of pages of information when all they really want are simple, direct, and accurate answers that solve their immediate problems. Nothing more, nothing less. So when you do that and listen to your market, they will be buying every single little book that you publish, and that, my friend, is extremely powerful. Heck, if Haldeman Julius Publishing Company can sell 300 million copies in 1919 without the use of all the communication and technology devices that you have at your disposal today, then I'm sure that you can find a market where you can sell a mere 5,000 copies. Imagine for a minute selling 5,000 copies of every book you publish. It can happen, and it doesn't take long to reach that level and beyond. We will get into this in greater detail later, but as you start producing quality information and selling it, word will get around that your little books are quite informative, solve the reader's problem, and you always over-deliver. Now, you probably won't sell 5,000 copies on your first few little books, but it does add up. Even if you start with a customer base of just 50 buyers with the right market, you can easily grow that into 500 buyers and eventually into 5,000 faithful buyers. Now that's a lot of money. 5,000 copies at $9.95 each is $49,750. And what if you could do that every month, which is completely doable and not a lot of work once you know how to compound your efforts from a measly 50 copies sold all the way into the 5,000 copies range. You certainly don't need to be on the marketing forums asking questions about backlinking, article writing, getting traffic, and everything else under the sun now, would you? You'd have your very own sustainable little books publishing company, which is exactly what this information is all about. Throughout this book, you're going to be learning a lot of different techniques and methods I use every single day to service a market with quality little books. The whole idea behind little books is to find a market that you love, dominate in that space, and create a little books publishing company that services the market unlike anyone else within that marketing space. The little books I'm going to show you how to write and produce zero in on specific information within your market. The type of information I'm talking about can be written in just a few days and solve a very specific problem. Here's some helpful advice even if you decide not to order my new 92-page book, Big Profits, Little Books. First, concentrate on creating the very best possible information that you are capable of producing. The time that you put into making things complete will pay back in spades. Also, never become distracted to the point it moves you away from your purpose. People tend to start too many projects at once thinking it's better than the idea that they are currently working on. So they stop and move in a new direction and end up with a bunch of half-finished projects. Thirdly, always finish what you start and don't give up until it's released. When you get an idea strong enough to allow you to begin working on it, then see it through to the end. You never know which idea is going to hit a home run for you. But if you never finish it, then I can guarantee nothing will happen. But remember this is more than just creating one successful information product. It's about turning one success into multiple successes and starting your own information publishing empire. Okay, so now that you know what little books are all about, I want to give you some very valuable information that will allow you to dominate in any market that you choose with your own little books publishing empire. Firstly, knowing what the market will buy above all else. Second, give them solutions that are simple to implement and that work. Thirdly, address every objection that they have. And lastly, share information freely. The benefits of doing all of this will result in people actively searching for a solution that will see you as the prime choice over others. They'll see you are specifically addressing their wants and desires, and that you're providing quality information at a price the market can bear. Your competition and your competitors are at a disadvantage because they try to exploit too many niches at once with one-off products. They try to convince a person to buy their product instead of showing them their solution is the best and why. They do not openly address the market's objections, which result in lower sales. If you're consistent and active in the marketplace, you will turn your buyers into raving fans. You will dominate within that market and become the go-to source for information. What I'd like you to do now is look below and first download your copy of the 10 most lucrative niches on the planet. It's a report that I prepared specifically for you. Once you've done that, I want you to click below and read some of the samples that I have for you in step 2. And if you're at all interested in anything that I have said to you here today, click on the Click Here to Continue button in this video, or by clicking the Download Your eBook Now button at the bottom of this page to secure your spot to gain full access to this valuable training.